So we're out on the lake again here today. We're just about to head across this big bay to get on the other side to find the trail up to the winter camp. We have a sled load of gear, we have a bunch of new equipment, and a whole bunch of projects we're going to share with you guys today. Alright guys, so the first thing we need to do now is to clear all of the snow off the tent, bring all of our gear in, get set up, and we'll show you guys what we're up to today. So we've had quite a bit of snow the last few days. I was over yesterday just to keep an eye on the camp to make sure that there wasn't too much of a snow load on top of the tent. We have accumulated about another 4 or 5 inches of snow from snowfall over the night. So we want to make sure that we don't have too much strain on the tent, so we want to clear all of this stuff off. So these tents are designed to hold a minimal amount of snow. Typically I like to make sure that we have less than 4 or 5 inches of snow. Any more than that is going to start to tear the fabric. So when we do get a heavy snowfall, it's required to come over here to ensure the tent is safe. Also, throughout the winter camp season, what's going to happen is we're going to accumulate a nice pile of snow on the sidewalls. That's also going to prevent any damage from any wind coming from the south here. And it's also going to build up a bit of an insulative wall around the tent, which will help retain some of the heat inside. So there's going to be times as well where we accumulate some ice on the bottom of the tent. And that's due to snowfall that would accumulate on the top of the tent when I have the wood stove going, and the water will run from the top of the tent down and collect here on the bottom. So it's always good to make sure you clear this off the tent as well. I've had people ask why I don't keep the snow on the top of the tent to help add some insulative properties, and the reason for that is exactly this: that the snow will melt on the tent, turn to water, and we'll get a ton of ice accumulation on the bottom of the tent. Side. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. All right, so here's our new wood stove. So I reached out to David from Northwoods Fabrication, asked him about what wood stove would be optimal for my tent. He recommended the Woodsman XXL, which I have here today. I haven't actually looked at the stove yet, so we're going to see what's in the package and how it's packed, and have a look at the quality of the stove. Okay. Okay, lots of bubble wrap, that's a good sign. Oh yeah, that's nice. Very, very nice. Okay, so I think we might have to just tear the box open, because I'm going to have a hard time pulling that out. Here, kind of pull down. There you go. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, these nice looking stove. Okay, so let's have a look to see what came with the stove. See the legs. See, this is the door. Nice. So we'll lay this to the side here. Let's have a look at these legs. So we have a couple of nuts and bolts there. Alright, so we have a look at the inside of the stove here. You see the pre-drilled holes to attach the legs. We have a package of 7/16 nuts and bolts here. So on the back we have one in each corner for the set of legs and one up front here. So how about we adjust the tripod and install these legs?
Okay.
There we go. So pretty simple putting those legs on. 2 people definitely makes it much easier. But other than that, yeah. So we need to remove the old wood stove, flip this thing upside down, and measure it out to make sure it fits. Okay. Hopefully any creosote or ash fell back into the stove. So I'm just going to pick this up slightly and shift it over, and we'll both grab and kind of lift and pull out, okay? But let me pull up this first. Okay. Perfect. There's a little bit of ash there. It's not so bad. So yeah, let's just pick this up, and we'll walk it out and just lay it in front of the tent. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let's give this a bit of a sweep up now that we have the opportunity. Alright, so this new stove that I have is around 7 inches taller than my old stove that I just removed. And unfortunately, I don't have the proper pieces here today to make this fit. So I did go back to my old camp, and I had some old stovepipe left over there, and I thought I may be able to configure some of this old stuff to make it work here, just for the sake of getting this wood stove going today. It's starting to get a little bit cold here right now, so I want to get this tent warmed up as quickly as possible. But again, unfortunately, the different combinations that I have here is not going to work. So I feel like the only option I have to get this wood stove going is to remove this lower section. This is a 12-inch section here with the stove damper, and I need to kind of chalk up the bottom of my stove or block it up a little bit so I could make this work with this one section here. So what I figure, I have my chainsaw with me today, so I'm going to take a few rounds that I have. I'm going to cut those about 8 inches. I believe I need, yeah, about 8 inches. Cut those about 8 inches tall, 4 of them. Then I can use that as a bit of a lift, bring the stove up, and make this work. So let's get the chainsaw going. All right, so we decided that we're going to cut our rising blocks from this tree that already fell over. I figured it's going to be safer than trying to reduce a 12-inch round down into an 8-inch round. And this one is already a sacrificial tree here anyways. Plus I can use the rest of it for firewood. So we're just going to measure this up into 8-inch pieces. If you want to grab this first, let me give these branches a few smacks. Alright, so we're going to start here from this branch as a starting point. We need 4/8 or 32 inches. You want to hold this here for me? Okay. 16, 24. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we'll come back, we'll grab the rest of this here for firewood a little later. But first we need to get that wood stove going. On your side? Okay. Okay, so let's pull that piece down. Forward a bit. Okay. Put that in the back corner. Okay, so this might be a bit tricky, but we're going to have to grab the sides here, pick it up, and slide those underneath the legs, okay?
Okay.
So we'll pick it straight up. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so these temporary lifting blocks will work for now. This will get our wood stove going and get some heat in this tent. I'm sweating and freezing at the same time, which is not fun. We also got to get some light going in here now. It's pretty dark, so maybe we'll grab the battery, get these overhead lights going. We'll come back, get this wood stove finished. Much better. All right, so everything is leveled up, good to go. So before we light the wood stove, you really want to put something down on the base of the stove. Ideally, you can use fire bricks, crushed stone, sand, something along those sorts. I actually have some sand here that I just took back from my old camp. Unfortunately, my shovel is too big to put it into the wood stove here, so we're just going to recycle some of this cardboard and create a slide. and I'm going to pick up this sand container here and try to pour the sand in. I actually broke this plastic container on the way over because it's so cold out at the moment, so I need to be careful. Don't break. Okay. Be careful, okay, because it's going to be probably pretty heavy. That's perfect. Okay, hold it right there. Okay. Excellent. Oh, that's a loss. It's more than enough. I wasn't sure if we had enough to do this with. So this is actually sand that I actually harvested here from the beach actually here one summer when we were over. So this is the type of golden sand that we have here right around the island. Very fine sand. And I brought back a whole container of it to line out this wood stove over here. We had little left over. So perfect. So this should preserve the bottom of the stove and help put some additional thermal mass in there to radiate more heat. So let's get the door on and get this wood stove lit. Woo! I know it doesn't look cold right now, but I am freezing. Okay. So the door just actually fits right in like this. Very nice on the side. Just like so. Look at that.
Oh, nice.
Beautiful stove. It's much different loading a wood stove from a front load versus a top load. Because usually we have to reach down on the inside of the stove. This is kind of neat actually. Okay. First burn. Feels nice.
It's hot very fast.
It is, yeah. All right, so we're going to let this go. So while we're waiting for that wood stove to warm up here now, we need to get all of this stuff outside of the tent put away. Starting to snow. We still have a lot of our gear left in the sled here for the last couple of hours, so everything is likely frozen. So the move now is to move everything inside of the tent, thaw everything out, warm everything up, and give you guys an update here in a few moments. So maybe let's just move our wood stove over for the short term. 1, 2, 3. Right here for now. We also need to cut some more wood. So all this garbage over here, once we offload the sled,
Yeah, we'll put it in there.
okay, let's get the sled offloaded. Done. We'll grab the keys so we'll come back and get the action packer. Strap all of this down before we leave.
Yeah.
Put the tarp back over it so we should probably actually put the tarp over the snow machine, because I think that snow is going to come down heavier. Yeah, that'll be good enough to keep the snow off it for now. Alright, so we've had the wood stove burning for approximately 2.5 to 3 hours now, and I have to say there's a very, very nice heat in the tent. This stove seems to be a little more efficient at radiating and pushing heat all the way to the back of the tent, and it has an excellent damping system where I'm able to really dial this wood stove down and retain a lot of that heat in the wood stove. My old stove would push a lot of that heat from the stove up through the stovepipe. Not as efficient, and would burn quite a bit more wood. So well done. I appreciate you sending me the wood stove, Dave. This is a great addition to the tent. I will pick up some more stovepipe so I can lower the stove a little bit here and give me a little bit more room in terms of getting my draft up through my tent here. But other than that, yeah, guys, definitely recommend to check out Northwood's fabrication. Links in the description. And I feel like the move now is to cook some food. So what do you think?
Yes, I agree.
You agree? So our old stove was a top loading stove. This is a front loading stove with a flat top. So we're actually going to cook on top of the wood stove today. Got my new wood stove dirty already. Little bit of oil. So we found this little curry pack. Figured we'd try it over here at the camp to see what a curry chicken or rice would taste like out of the bag. So far so good.
My goodness.
Should be good.
Yeah.
I do think this wood stuff's going to be much easier to cook on.
I agree. Definitely agree.
Pass over the stir stick. I think this is done. So let's see how this quick and easy meal tastes. Nothing wrong with that. Got a little bit of spice to it. Yeah, I think for a quick and easy meal out of the bush, it definitely is flavorful, easy.
Especially when you're hungry.
How's that looking there now?
Maybe another one.
Do you want another green one?
Yes, please.
Do you want to split?
Sure.
This one here is gnarly. It has a
I can see that.
knot right here. So maybe what I'm going to try to do is I'll try to split it this way. I'll try to split it in the shape of a Y and cut around that branch. Not even close. Ooh.
Yeah, right in a knot.
Not even close. Yeah, there's two. See, there's one hair and there's one hair. So maybe I will try two. Yeah, I don't think it's going to matter. This just might be a burn as a whole piece. Not even close. Try one more on the outside. There we go.
Ooh.
It's not really. Try to clip it here, see if I can get it.
There you go.
Yeah, that's not bad. It's not worth the hassle. These ones are, oops, sorry. These ones are super dry. Not even gonna split. Yeah, I'll do one. These are almost punky, like a sponge. Oh yeah, it's looking good.
Yeah.
So I think tomorrow we need to cut some more wood. I know that was a plan today. Well, we should stack another 2 trees over here maybe. We'll come back and organize all this here.
Okay.
I actually wouldn't mind getting some birch either. Okay. Nice. Want to have a coffee? Some tea?
Yes, please.
Okay, let's grab some. Okay. You want tea or coffee?
I'll like some tea, please.
Here's our little junk bag. We have like granola bars, yogurt raisins, toffee fay, Cliff bars.
Some cream of wheat.
Cream of wheat, that's right. So you're looking for what type of tea?
Lemon ginger, please.
Okay. Didn't bring any milk now. Alright. Black coffee it is. If you guys aren't using a thermos, I highly recommend one. It is a game changer, especially when you're out in very cold environments such as these. You can always boil snow and make water. Sorry, you can always melt snow and boil water, but it takes quite a bit of work to do that. Whereas if you have a thermos, you boil your water at home and you always have hot water with you. It's easy to set up. And once you make your fire and you melt snow, you can take that boiling water and top up your thermos. So if you have some emergency food with you, in my backpack that I wear all the time, you see me with my black backpack on, I have 2 freeze-dried meals in there. So if I ever had to stop and eat or make a coffee or needed some warm water to help warm up my body, it's always much easier to have your water ready to go. Now this is a larger thermos. I wouldn't carry this in my backpack. I don't actually have a smaller version of this, but if I did, maybe that was a liter, I wouldn't mind having one of those I can carry with me. But when I'm on skidoo, I usually like to take this large one that holds 2 liters of water. So, smells good. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh yeah, that is very warm. I actually need to put more water in there. That's pretty strong coffee. Yeah, roger that. I have you here about a 5-5. I want to confirm your call sign is Kilo Echo Zero India Zulu Echo QSL.
Yep, you got it there. You got it there. Higher arrival, fine business. I'll take that report any day. We're running 100 watts here from an FTDX 10 into a homebrew 40-meter off snap at cycle down.
Yeah, roger that. I'm running a FT891 with 100 watts here. I'm out to my canvas tent with the wood stove actually out here doing some winter camping here in the Northwest Territories. Back to you.
QSL on that. Probably just moved just on frequency and I'm getting a lot of cross channel here. Kind of covering you up a little bit there. But fine business and thanks for the call there. And were you here in that other station I was talking to?
Not sure. I can barely pick out a station there. I think he's been calling CQ for a little bit. I tried to get back to him, but no contact on his end. Over.
Okay. Well, I'm starting to kind of lose you a little bit there too, but you know, another station I was talking to, he was booming in here 5-9 plus. He was 20 over at times, and then all of a sudden shit's gone. Couldn't hear him anymore, and then he came back. I could hear a word or two, and then he was completely gone again there. So appreciate you coming back and giving me a call there, and I'll bring in my log there on QRZ.com. Once again, the name's Sam, Bravo Echo November. Nice to meet you. I think this is the first time we talked, so nice to meet you, and hopefully we can talk to you again sometime when the conditions are just a little bit better. 7373, and Merry Christmas to Kilo Echo Zero, India Zulu Echo, over.
Yeah, roger that. Absolutely. The band conditions are up and down here, so I do appreciate the QSO. All the best 7-3s, and happy holidays to you and your family.
All right, fine business, 7-3. This is Kilo Echo Zero, India Zulu Echo, clear and listening.
So guys, yeah, the band conditions weren't the best tonight. I was only able to make one contact with a Kilo Echo Zero, India Zulu Echo, Ben from, I believe he said, Idaho. And other than that, didn't have much luck. So we're going to sit back, relax now. We're going to let this wood stove burn a little longer here and enjoy the view of the fire through the front glass. I absolutely love this there. So I want to thank Dave again from North Woods Fabrication on sending us this wood stove. Make sure to check out the links in the description. Head over, check out his website. If you're in the market for a wood stove, I highly recommend checking out his gear. Making some good wood stoves and made in the USA. And this is definitely doing the job up here in northern Canada today. Temperatures are around -25 right now. So yeah, definitely pumping out some heat here this evening. So guys, with that being said, make sure to click the subscribe button. If you haven't clicked the bell notification, please do that as well. You'll receive updates on future videos.
Follow me over on Instagram at Dave's True Life, Facebook at OrkNortham60, and that's it. Sit back, relax, enjoy. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.